You better be lucky I got this from Rainbow. You're lucky I got it from Rainbow. You're lucky I got it from Rainbow. Where your toys at? You got your own toys. What's poppin' YouTube? You watching the Nikhil show. It's your girl Sierra Nikhil and I'm back with another video. Okay. So I'm here with a little story time for y'all. You know what they say, after God, fair men. But we finna get into this story time about how I was at AIT and I went on a quote-unquote date with this guy and it was horrible. But anyways, let's get into it. So a little bit about me. I'm in the National Guard, right? Everybody knows in order to qualify to be a soldier in the Army, you have to do a boot camp and an AIT. I made it through basic training, graduated basic training, now I'm in AIT. AIT is like military college. After you qualify to be a soldier, then you go to AIT to learn how to do the specific job you picked to do. So it's a certain hit time where everybody gets together for formation. Now, I did my AIT at Fort Lee in Virginia, and it was pretty fun. I had a great time. I met a lot of beautiful people, different walks of life. It was a blast. I've always been pretty shy and a little isolated, so unless it was like a social event where you had to talk to people, I would really keep to myself. Being out there and being around more people, I realized that I'm actually a pretty likable person. I like it. I do. They liked me out there. I was pretty popular, you know, nobody... It was cool. I was cool. It was cool. Like, well, I never really knew I was this pretty. I'm always getting complimented, different people. Mind you, we in Virginia, but it's different people from all over the world. I was like, I think I might want to test myself a little bit and try to shoot my shot at somebody. We was in the exercise field one time around the bars. I was like, y'all, I like this boy and I kind of want to see who he is a little bit before I try to shoot my shot. Does anybody know him, of him or anything like that? Child, they pull out their phones, found his Instagram, found everything. I was like, okay, that's Instagram. Now, me being scary, I was like, no, never mind. I don't want to talk to him no more. Don't worry about it. Don't tell him I like. So it's the next day. We get through our training. We get out of class and everything. We go inside. We change. And then we go on the PT field again. No, I don't remember when she told me this. I think we was in our rooms. But she was like, okay, nunnery, I did a thing, but like, it's nothing too serious. Basically, she low-key told him that I liked him without telling him that I liked him. It's like this little classroom that they go in to like play cards, do Just Dance or something like that. You know, people just sit down at the desk and talk or whatever. And she said she was in there with a few of her friends, and then he was in there, and then they started talking, and then she was like, yeah, one of my friends want to talk to you. He was like, who, her? And then he sent her a picture of my Instagram page. She was like, no, not her, somebody else, woo. And then he got frustrated and was like, well, whatever, son, tell whoever it is, tell pussy ass to speak up. So I said, give me his phone number. I'm going to tell him myself. I texted him, and I was like, I'm not P. We start talking, and he was like, you should have been said you wanted me because you fine. He said, well, what you have planned this weekend? I said, nothing. My friends planning on having breakfast and then going on the lake. And he was like, well, you want to go see a movie with me Saturday? I said, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll come with you Saturday to see a movie. So I'll come have breakfast with y'all, and then whenever y'all go to the lake, I'll split and I'll meet him at the mall. So come Saturday, we having breakfast. What I learned from my friends, they were telling me, you know, Sierra, if he's not trying to like make sure you're okay throughout you making your way to him, then it's probably not going to be good intentions with this person. I'm telling him that, you know, I'm having breakfast and I'm going to be on my way in a second, and he's not texting back fast enough. He's texting back 15 minutes after delivery, 10 minutes after delivery. And they was looking at that and they was telling me, and I was like, yeah, I see that. I do see that. So get in the car. I'm like, okay, I'm on my way there. I'm in my ride. He was like, okay, cool. Let me know when you make it. So I make it to the mall. I let him know I'm here. And then I go to the food court and I sit. He still hasn't texted me back. Me getting out of that lift walking into the mall, making it to the food court. That probably was what, 4 minutes. So I sat there in the food court waiting on him to text me back, because he said he was in the mall with his friends. He said, yeah, whenever we get together, I'm going to split with them, and then it's just gonna be us. I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And then I said, well, you know what, I'm about to go look in Sephora. I'm about to just go see, you know, what kind of skincare they got going on in Sephora. I got up and I walked to Sephora. As soon as I get to Sephora, he texts me, where you at? I'm at the food court. I walked back to the food court. He's standing like in the middle of the mall by the jewelry, basically right next to the food court. But I walked up to him and gave him a hug. He complimented me and things, and that was that. He was still with his friends. I'm looking at him, looking at jewelry and grills and shit. I'm like, he must be getting ready to make a purchase. And I know as a girl, whenever you become friends with a guy who has like a large friend group, they're going to be watching him to make sure like he not no simp, making sure he not like stepping on the toes of their friendship for me. I kind of just wanted to stay in my place as his girl. I walked to the other side and I just stood there and I waited on him to finish whatever he was getting ready to do. I thought he was about to buy something, like the way they were standing over them grills and watches and shit. They was just looking. Then they just walked off. Like, you saw me sitting here, you can obviously tell that I'm waiting on you to get finished with whatever you're doing, because you said that whenever I got here that y'all were splitting. And I'm just trying to be courteous and stay in my place. I'm about to make you stand on what you said. I'm not about to follow in behind you like no puppy. I stayed there in that seat. He texted me and was like, where you at? I was like, I was waiting on you to finish looking at watches, but you walked off with your friends. He was like, oh, I'm standing at the theater waiting on you. I thought you was with us. No, I'm not with y'all. I'm with you. I walk over there to the premiere and we walk through the doors to enter into the lobby. And as soon as we walk in, it's the little machine where you pay for your ticket. I think it was Doctor Strange. I forgot what movie it was. I think it was something Marvel superhero-y that I wanted to see, and it was out around that time. I pressed that movie, and then now we start paying for like the tickets. You have kid, you have adult, you have group, you have this, that, and the third. I go to press adult, he swats my hand out the way and is like, no, we kids. This your first impression? What the fuck? Bitch, I could do that shit at home. I could sneak in the motherfucking movies at home. I'm out. You said, you know, you're supposed to be courting me. What the fuck are you doing? The associate with his movie suit on, that red shit. He called the dude over there to ask him questions like, why would you even draw attention to us if you know your dumb ass is trying to sneak the fuck in? So I'm like, you know what? He fucking stupid. I'm going to, obviously you don't have the money. So I'm going to just pay for both of our tickets. Like, I should have just left. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. After I make it and confirm it, I walk to the concession stands to purchase and receive the tickets. We walk in to the concession stands and then he makes a beeline. He go for the bathroom. I keep walking to the concession stand and he like, no, just come on. We could have just walked in. What you doing? We could have just walked in. And low-key frustrated with me for wanting to do the right thing. I don't know what the fuck he thought this was. Maybe, I don't know. I'm catching secondhand embarrassment. I'm like, you know, let's just get into our movie. On the first 5 minutes, we was by ourselves. And then one of his friends, he comes into the movie theater. Y'all, he chose to sit like 4 seats away from us. That lets me know this bitch thinks something about to go down. And now I know why I'm here in the motherfucking movies. Why you didn't make a good impression on me. Why you didn't give a fuck to pay for our tickets, our food. You know, ask me how my day was and things like that. He's sitting over here. He got his arm around me with his hand on my leg, thinking I'm about to let him. His arm was around me like this, and I'm sitting there like this at the movies, laid on him. He tried to kiss me. Like, he put his lips on me, but I didn't kiss him back. I was like, like, no, what are you doing? He starts looking through his phone, and he's texting and things like that. And then he goes, yeah, my stomach hurting real bad. I'm about to go use the bathroom. He gets up, and he looks at his friend, and he's like, come on, we about to go to the bathroom. He never comes back. I'm here in this mall with you. I'm with you. You left me by myself. You didn't give a fuck about my safety. You didn't give a fuck about my well-being. Make sure I was okay. You left because I wasn't giving you any play. and then you didn't do anything to deserve it. And even if he did get us something to eat or pay for our stuff or anything like that, that don't just mean you get to finger me in these movies and kiss me. What the fuck do you think this is? Got up. Luckily, my friends, after they went to the lake, they came to the mall and they were in H&M. They already let me know. And I took some pictures in H&M. I have my pictures from when I was in H&M, and y'all see these pictures all the time on my TikTok, on my Instagram, my stories, because this is really one of my favorite pictures. But that day was horrible. So we get back to the base, and it's time for us to start, you know, we basically have to sign back in. We all have to meet in the same lobby, stand in the same line, and sign our name on the same paper. His crew was already like way in front of mine, and we was behind them walking up to the door. And one of his friends turned around and I guess was like, yeah, they right there. The most pussiest ass shit a nigga could ever do. Like, you really didn't want to face me at all. As soon as they told him that we was coming up, he hurried up and cut for the PT field and kind of like went around the corner and hid. But the whole time I'm watching him walk off, I know you ducking me. It was guilty. It was nothing but fucking guilt. And I told my friends, but I didn't tell anybody else what happened until I found out that he was telling other people what happened. He was telling other guys and telling other friends that he left me in the movie theater. He asked another girl out that week, and she was like, didn't you just leave somebody in the movie theater? We were learning how to use outside field machinery, and we was sitting for a break, and whenever we take our breaks, we get on our phone. And she said, Sierra, you know, he's trying to ask me out. He was like, Nunnery, he's trying to ask me out. Kingsley, excuse me. But anyways, she confronted him about leaving me in the theaters, and he was like, don't act like that shit wasn't funny. You know it's kind of funny, like, and he just had laughing emoji. It was just wrong. It was hurtful. I think I'm willing to accept defeat and die alone. Not off of that one experience with him, because there's other shit that I've been through, but it's something that I'm beginning to notice about men, and it's honestly scaring me and disgusting me. And then with all the shit, you know, I'm not even on their bucket list anyways. According to the red pill philosophy, I'm black, I'm bottom of the barrel, I'm low on the totem pole, I'm ugly, I'm not worth a damn anyways. They're beginning to have a law and a structure with the way women are treated and dealt with. And I just don't want to be a part of that shit. Like, fuck getting pregnant by you. There's nothing I can do to get away from you once I have a kid with you. And then on top of that, I just take too much value in my womb. Me being ADHD and autistic, I have attachment issues. Once I get comfortable with something being there, certain set us away, and then it just kind of leaves, I will be sick. I will have to process you not being there with me anymore and stuff, or like just the changes in chemistry and balance. It would take me a few months to get over a person. That's too much for me. That's something I don't like about myself. So sometimes I really don't allow myself to feel for men at all. But I'm sick. I don't want to do this. Fuck that. I'm happy celibate. And that's just the best part of life, is having fun and dwelling and just being there. Like, just fuck that. Fuck a nigga 2 times, fuck a nigga 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. They could have that whole shit, they could have that whole life. They could have it. I'm not doing it. I'm not a part of this. Yeah, the red flags was that as soon as he didn't want to pay for that motherfucking ticket, I should have paid for my own ticket and then let him do what the fuck he was going to do. Hey! Come on, since you want to be in the show bad, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my mommy's channel. See y'all another time.